time for NBA action, coming to you live on this Saturday night. Tonight, we'll see the Brooklyn Nets as they play against the Philadelphia 76ers. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight, David Aldridge. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Kelly Oubre.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. They've got Embiid. Paul George is out there with Butler. And it's Grimes in at the 3 slot. And for Brooklyn, we've got Sharp, D'Angelo Russell out there with Thomas. Then there's Nicholas Claxton. And it's Johnson in at the small forward position. There should be plenty of action down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
Now here's Butler. Pass to Grimes. No good from outside. On the wing, Johnson. Here's Russell. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
It takes discipline to stay down on the pump fake, and D'Angelo Russell enjoys using it to get that defender committed.
First trip to the line for him here. And he knocks down the first one. Doris, what's the key for a team like the Nets, who have to hit the reset button, so to speak?
I think, Kevin, you have to find consistency at the head coaching position, because then you can set clear and achievable goals for your team going forward. You set a style of play, commit to it, and just build year by year, game by game.
And so Russell hits them both. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Here's Grimes. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. Right side, Thomas. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
You know what? There was a lot of standing around in that basketball game. Failing to move bodies and failing to move the basketball is a bad formula.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Now, here is Russell. He's coming off a 13-point game against Milwaukee. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Johnson. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Pass to Thomas. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist.
I'm not sure how we define a difficult finish for Cam Thomas. This guy finds a way through contact.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Embiid kicks to Butler. The 3. And Paul George with the 3.
Boy, after missing 3 straight, they finally get one to go down.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Had a chance to talk with head coach Jordi Fernandez. We talked about the game plan for Joel Embiid. He told me Embiid might be the hardest matchup in the league. We just have to try to make things difficult on him and make him work for every point. We'll see if they're up to it, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And now Philadelphia on the break. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You got to love the penetration by Paul George. He's really quick on his feet, and the defense cannot handle him right now.
You've seen, Doris, Paul George's journey from role player to MVP candidate.
There's a reason, Kevin, Paul George is one of the most emulated players in the league with young people. His game is so well-rounded, and maybe his best attribute is his adaptability. Paul George is equally comfortable either being the lead man, or if need be, he can play with 2 or 3 other stars and still be effective. Really incredible.
Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1. The specter of injury seems to always loom over Paul George's career, Doris.
Well, Kevin, I think it's very hard for Paul George fans to take out of their mind completely that gruesome injury he suffered. But we've got to give this young man a ton of credit. He has managed his play and his health to a very high level and still one of the most gifted players this game has seen.
For Brooklyn, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. It's Thomas on the wing. Back to Russell. That's in there. Thomas with the assist.
You have the sense that D'Angelo Russell likes to play through contact. This is a tough-minded player.
Here's McCain. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Down low, Embiid. There's the triple. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
A baseline J. A shot by Johnson, no good. And so George will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Oh, my goodness. Paul George under duress of exceptional defense. No problem.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Russell looking it over. Johnson outside. There's the 3. And Embiid pulls it down.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
To the inside. Back to George. Embiid sets the pick for George. From outside, off the mark.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Now, here is Russell. Defense right on him. And at this stage of the season, Doris, it is safe to say we know who the true contenders are, right?
Kevin, I would say yes for the most part. But we have seen play-in teams from either side of the bracket make a deep run. And I don't want to rule anything out. We tip it up for a reason. What you love about D'Angelo Russell is his commitment to work. Though he's played for a couple of teams, this guy brings it every day.
And he sinks the second. The 76ers have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Embiid, the pass to George. Over Sharp. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Embiid. George has got 9. Brooklyn trailing. Now, here is Russell. He's got 5. Pass to Thomas. Puts one up from 19. Breaks a big height bounce and goes in. Thomas got his second bucket.
When Cam Thomas finds a look, folks, he is going to attack.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. And we've got a moment now to check out the Eastern Conference standings and see where everyone is sitting as things begin to settle down just a bit through the midway point of the season. You take a look at the 76ers. They're 7th right now. Not a bad spot, but certainly they'd like to string together a run of wins. And checking out Brooklyn, 10 games behind.
And right now for the 76ers, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting. but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine. Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Now Butler. Nothing on the board. At the top of the key, Embiid. Over Claxton. Embiid, no good.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
That one good for 2.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
The 76ers trail. George passes to Grimes. Pass to McCain. Embiid with the screen on Thomas. Here's McCain. Another miss by Philadelphia. The Nets have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Here's Johnson. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Yeah, taking a scoring opportunity when it comes. The readiness of Cam Johnson, so good.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Pass to Grimes. Embiid with a screen on Johnson. Here's Grimes. The 76ers with another miss.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Johnson can't get it to go.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy, just struggling to make shots right now.
Embiid. And the rejection by Claxton. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Claxton. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And that is a huge block. Given how close this game is, a stop like that was right on point.
On defense, Brooklyn. 4-point game. Here's Grimes.
With him scoreless in the latter part of this one, it's awfully hard to come back. This guy has not been a factor at all in this quarter, and it has hurt the team.
Kicks it out to Johnson. For 3. It's hauled in by George.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And examining his numbers this season, we can see that he's been an exceptional free throw shooter, right around 85.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with the team. DeAnthony Melton, he's checked in for Thomas. Oubre's checked in for the 76ers. The 76ers trail by 3. Pass to Embiid. Over Claxton. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
Butler against Russell. Screen by Claxton. Sharp, the pass to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. The Nets need to get a shot off here. From the wing. Russell, no good. And so it's Oubre with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. They trail by 3. Grimes with the bucket.
About time he got one to fall there before that 6 straight misses to start this one.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. Their last meeting was in Philadelphia, where they were unable to fight off the 76ers.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
Well, you have to believe the coaching staff made that a point of emphasis. Better aggressiveness, better intensity on the backboards.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Embiid with a screen on Melton. Pass to Embiid. Now here's Oubre. Buries it from three-point range. And the 76ers lead by 2.
But he's got NBA range. There's no doubt about that. Oubre with 3-and-D ability on the wing.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid talks about leading his team. He said, I've been guarded so many different ways. I feel like I've seen everything, and I know how to attack everything. For me, it's all about how do I bring everyone along with me. You can't win alone. It's just about playing together and involving everybody. Kevin?
And you've got to involve everybody. All right, D.A., thanks. Pass to McCain. Back to Butler. Embiid with it. Butler sets a screen for Embiid. Going inside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Nick Claxton.
And it's the way he plays the game. Embiid draws a ton of contact. He makes it work for him, and that ability to get to the free throw line is such a valuable asset.
And Embiid drops them both. Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
And just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
I'll tell you, a rough quarter for him, and that puts so much pressure on the guys around him.
Three-pointer, Lowry. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Russell against Lowry. Russell passes to Melton. Claxton, a screen on Jackson. And Sharp has it in the corner. Nets passing it around. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Outside Lowry. Out to the right wing. To the paint. Fades and shoots. A rebound by the Nets. Sharp's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Boy, at some point you've got to realize there might be a better option standing next to you. This guy has not made 1 basket in this period.
And the rejection by Claxton. Outside Lowry. Shoots the 3. It's good from long range.
How effortless has Kyle Lowry made the 3 look over the course of his career? So confident.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. And a new group in for the Nets. Brownie's checked in. Williams comes in for Sharp. Cameron Thomas, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Johnson in for Russell. Andre Drummond's checked in for the 76ers. George comes in for Yabusele. Now, here's Johnson. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Melton with a screen on Lowry. Pass to Clowney. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
Outside Thomas. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the first. Pass to Melton. Back to Williams. They need this one. Rebound Andre Drummond. The 76ers leading by 7. Left side Jackson. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Nobody near George. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
and beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
And so it's Philadelphia in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And the three-point shot has been big for them. And we'll be right back after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
Nets trail by 8. DeAnthony Melton out there with Johnson. Then there's Trendon Watford. Then there's Cam Thomas. And it's Williams at the 4 spot. So that's the Nets 5. Thomas finds Watford. And he starts out with a miss in this one. Stolen. Nice move. And it's blocked.
That's unparalleled defensive focus from Kelly Oubre. He's all over his man and just suffocates that shot.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
It's his first trip to the line. The first one falls. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. They've led by as much as 10. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. Start a 3-game homestand with that game. Brooklyn trailing. Upside Thomas. Johnson outside. Back to Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Well, Thomas putting that pass on time and on target. Love to see it from that scorer.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Jackson kicks to low. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Keon Johnson.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The 76ers haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5. The first free throw is good.
Maybe the most defining aspect of Kyle Lowry's career has been that competitive spirit. This guy has got vision, scoring ability, but he's always been team first.
And so Lowry nails both of them.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
Johnson against Lowry. Outside Thomas. Inside, Watford. It's hauled in by the 76ers. And DeAnthony Melton picks up the foul. That's his first foul. On defense, Brooklyn. 6-point game. George passes to Jackson. Poke loose. Pocket 6. Here's Watford. Thomas dishes to Johnson. Back to Melton. The 19-foot shot. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's George. The layup off target. Nets trail by 6. Watford with it. Now defended by Oubre. Here's Thomas. And it's sent back by Drummond.
Well, there are certain guys you probably don't want to challenge. Andre Drummond sends it back.
Over to the left wing. Pass to Jackson. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. And the upcoming schedule for Brooklyn. On Monday, they'll defend home court against the Indiana Pacers. Then on Wednesday, it'll be the Detroit Pistons coming into town.
And looking at the Utah matchup, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
DB thinking about Cam Thomas. When he gets on a roll, he is tough to stop.
Kevin, he reminds me a little bit of the microwave Vinnie Johnson back in the days of Detroit. When this guy is hot, get out of his way and let him do his thing. Kelly Oubre Jr. entered this league as a dynamic athlete, excellent in the open floor, but give this young man credit. He's worked hard to develop the perimeter game that's absolutely critical to success.
Lowry against Johnson. Pass to Thomas. Here he goes. Nobody near Melton. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Thomas got 4 assists now tonight. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Drummond sets the screen for Jackson. Rebound, Brooklyn. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And coming into that one, looking to be competitive, but the disparity in talent just too great.
You had the sense that they expected that result. Once they dug themselves into a hole, I thought they let go of the rope.
Brooklyn shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Brooklyn making some changes. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Trendon Watford. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for DeAnthony Melton. And then for Philadelphia, Quentin Grimes is checked in for Oubre. And it's Butler in for Kyle Lowry. So Johnson hits 2 of them.
Hey, guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And Brooklyn making a change here. Melton's checked in. Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. The 76ers in second.
Really something to see. Their effort on the offensive glass has just led to so many second chance opportunities.
Now here's Jackson. His last outing, he had 8 points. Butler passes to Jackson. Pass to Grimes. The 76ers again can't hit it. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Melton finds Thomas. Claxton with it, defended by Drummond. Melton's shot is good. Melton's got a pair of triples in the second now for Brooklyn.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Now, here's Melton. 8 points for him. Thomas's shot is off. Butler against Russell. Butler passes to Jackson. Outside, George. Butler deciding where to go with it. Over Russell. Butler, no good. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 12-3 run. Russell passes to Melton. Back to Russell. Pass to Melton. Claxton, a screen on Butler. Russell passes to Claxton. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Claxton's got his first 2 points of the night. Butler against Russell. High post, Jackson. And it's Melton with the rebound. Brooklyn leading by 3. The kick out to Williams. A 3 ball. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Here's Grimes. The 76ers with another miss.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
Nobody near Williams. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Williams has got the lead up to 6 now for Brooklyn. Philadelphia's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Butler passes to Grimes. There's the drive and the rejection by Claxton. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break.
Nick Claxton, to me, guys, one of those great energy guys. You know what you can expect from him night after night. Incredible effort defensively, shot blocking, and a vertical threat at the rim on the offensive end.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Brooklyn?
So far, they've moved the ball well, leading to open, high-percentage looks. Lots of assists in this one.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
Sharp's checked in for the Nets. Johnson comes in for Melton. The 76ers trail by 7. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to McCain. Embiid with a screen on Thomas. McCain misses and the dry spell continues.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Stolen by George. Here's Grimes, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, he's 6'5" with a strong frame. Mr. Grimes is not afraid of a little contact, folks.
The 76ers have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. And the first one drops.
Well, Quentin Grimes remains a young player who is defense first. He can be a lockdown guy, and he's just continuing to build confidence offensively.
And the Nets making a change here. Melton's checked in, and Philadelphia also making a switch. Oubre's checked in. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And here's Melton. 9 points last game out. On the wing, Johnson. To the middle, Oubre with the steal. And now Philadelphia on the break. Grimes with the bucket.
Well, this isn't a frequent scoring area for Grimes, but I'll tell you, take the mid-range jumper.
Nets leading by 3. Russell with it. 5 points in the game. Melton passes to Russell. Melton with a screen on Butler. A drive by Russell. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
That's a nuanced understanding of pick and roll play. D'Angelo Russell, nicely done.
And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Shot by Grimes. No good.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Russell against Butler. And stolen by Butler. And here we go. It's Butler. And the jam by Oubre.
How about the vertical from Kelly Oubre Jr.? My goodness.
And that's life above the rim. Courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. Johnson, the pass to Claxton. Claxton sets the screen for Johnson. The D by Embiid. The 76ers trail by 3. Here's McCain. Still yet to score.
And let's see the stat sheet here on Joel Embiid. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. And he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And he's a top 10 rebounder this year for good reason. He's unbelievably driven, and he competes with you for the entire game.
I really don't think there's a more impactful player in the league. Even on nights when his stats don't show it, Embiid changes everything when he's on the floor.
Hayes, he's checked in for the Nets. Claxton, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Claxton's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Pass to McCain. Here's Grimes. Jacks up a 3. A rebound by the Nets. Claxton's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Russell kicks to Hayes. Johnson outside. Now Claxton. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Clock at 4. Here's Russell. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Grimes. Embiid inside. Claxton's there. And here are the Nets. They're on an 18-7 run. Russell passes to Claxton. Hayes with it. Johnson outside. Back to Hayes. Off target from outside. The 76ers trail by 4. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
1:19 left in the first half. Now here's Hayes. Still without a basket. Pass to Russell. Claxton, a screen on Butler. Kicks it out to Johnson. 6 to shoot. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 3 assists now in this one.
You can see no hesitation on the catch by Cam Johnson. This is why he's on the floor, folks.
Setting up the half-court offense now.
They've got to find a way, not enough ball movement or body movement when they get in the half court.
Now here's Embiid. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboards. What a complete game for this guy.
Brooklyn leading by 5. The drive by Russell. The 3 from Johnson. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Yeah, just such a tremendous shooter. If Cameron Johnson gets a look from three, good night.
Here's McCain. Outside Butler. Oubre on the wing. Defended by Sharp. Oubre can't get it to go.
I'll tell you, everything went right in terms of execution. He just can't get it to go.
Johnson dishes to Russell. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the half. Back to Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Claxton. Shoots over Embiid. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Nets lead by 8. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Here with Nick Nurse. Coach, the efficiency wasn't there in the first half. What adjustments do you need to make?
I thought we got pretty good shots, and if we're not going to score, it makes getting our defense set up difficult. So you got to keep shooting them. Hopefully we start making some of them.
Well, you can't score until you shoot, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Welcome in for halftime. And what's on tap, you ask? I can answer that. So far, it's been a nice outing for the Brooklyn Nets.
When you take care of the boards, usually things turn out well, unless you're getting shot out the gym.
Which hasn't happened yet.
New topic. Fellas, we've got a number of strong contenders for this year's three-point contest.
The three-point contest only grows in popularity. Hard to pick the favorite here. All these guys are knockdown shooters.
Certain to be a highlight of All-Star Weekend. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, one half to go. It's been one outstanding game from George.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for the Nets. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. Joel Embiid out there with Paul George. Then it's Butler. And it's McCain in at the shooting guard. 3 on the clock. Johnson can't hit. The 76ers trail by 8. And George kicks to Butler. Pass to Embiid. It's blocked. Now Johnson. And here is Thomas. Here's Claxton, defended by George. Out to Russell. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
What a nice response by Claxton. Knew exactly where it was coming off and sends it in.
Pass to Embiid. Here's Grimes. That's good, and it's Embiid with the assist. Embiid's got 4 assists now tonight.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
Nets leading by 7. 90 seconds now into the second half. Claxton with it. 7 points in the game. Thomas passes to Sharp. And here's Johnson outside. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Embiid's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Here's Grimes. He's guarded by Thomas. Here's Embiid. A rebound by the Nets. Sharp's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, even with an MVP and Joel Embiid, the Sixers can't be a one-man show. Embiid says, I watch a lot of games and I see what's working. Good basketball means cutting, moving, guys getting off the ball, and it's moving and not sticking. But you need the right guys to execute that system. And I think we've got the right guys. Kevin?
I know you and I agree they do, David. Thank you very much. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Pass to Thomas. Rebound by the 76ers. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Well, this is a team that depends on Paul George to fill it up. Such a skilled, versatile scorer.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. All we can, let's have a peek at the league's top foul shooting teams over the course of the last month. The 76ers, number 1.
And they've had a lot of success at the free throw line converting those at a high level. So I'd look for them to continue to attack the rim.
Nets leading by 5. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Claxton finds Thomas. The Nets working the ball around now. Butler against Russell. And Butler sends it back. Here's Grimes. 9 points in the game so far. With the drive. Oh, that's blocked. The Nets have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. Claxton sets the screen for Russell. Claxton no good. The 76ers trail by 5. Grimes passes to George. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on D'Angelo Russell. This will be his third free throw shot of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Now, here is Russell. 9 points in the game so far. Outside Thomas. Driving in. And Embiid with the block.
And how about the anticipation from the big fella? Embiid is one of the league's premier shot blockers.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the 76ers?
They've made a point to protect the rim, challenging shots all game long, and the block total is off the charts.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
Thomas's shot is off.
Sometimes you just have an off day, and this is one of those games for him.
Cam Thomas was the 27th pick in the 2021 NBA Draft. GA. I think a lot of teams, wouldn't you agree, are regretting passing on him.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to believe that he fell all the way to the end of the first round. Lots of teams would love to have a scorer like him on their roster.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
All right, a chance here to check out the stats for Paul George. Over the last 10 games or so, he's really shown up. And his sweet shooting stroke places him in the top 15 league-wide in three-point percentage. You've got to play him tight.
And he deserves credit for knocking down such a high percentage of his free throws. It's not a glamour part of the game, but incredibly important nonetheless. Brooklyn trailing. Outside, Russell. Drives to the hoop. Johnson for 3. And the Nets miss again.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Pass to Embiid. Here's Grimes. 11 points in the game. Three-pointer. They get it back. Embiid owns the lane.
Well, the defense has been lackluster out of the locker room, and that is why they are finding themselves in a tough spot.
Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Claxton, a screen on Butler. Here's Russell. He takes it in. They need this. Here's Claxton. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And how about we check the numbers for Paul George?
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
DeAnthony Melton, he's checked in for the Nets. And the 76ers also making a change. Jackson's checked in. Pass to Embiid. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Nick Claxton.
And how about the poise from Embiid? Gets fouled, but stays with the shot and able to get that one in the air.
And Embiid drops them both.
It's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Now, here's Melton. He's got 8. The drive by Russell. Goes to the reverse layup and claps it in. Russell's got 11 points.
Well, an excellent penetrator who is always in attack mode. Go ahead, D'Angelo Russell.
The 76ers leading by 3. George looking around. From the arc. Rebound, Brooklyn. Claxton's got 13 rebounds tonight. Going after.
Well, you love the aggressiveness D'Angelo Russell plays with. This guy basically dares the defense. Make a play on me here.
He's gone 3 for 4 from the line.
76% on the season from the foul line.
And he makes the first. Oubre's checked in for the 76ers. And so Russell hits them both. Now here is George. He's got 17. Pass to Embiid. The putback. And Embiid detonates for the putback slam.
And really, beyond the skills, you see right there the passion Embiid has, displaying that killer instinct.
To the inside. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Johnson.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Now George. He has been a nice option for them offensively, and is averaging more than 17 points a game. Pass to Grimes. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Melton. Shot by Grimes. No good. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Brooklyn. Melton against Jackson. Claxton with it. For the lead, the drive by Russell. And he lays it up and in. 15 points for D'Angelo Russell.
Boy, the speed of Russell can take you aback. This guy's so good at using it to take the defense apart on the drive.
Philadelphia has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And stolen by Russell. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Nets.
And guys, how about the unselfishness and all about working that ball around, shifting the defense, and just seeking out the best shot.
The other thing that's been impressive is really just relentless driving the basketball. Doesn't matter if the defense is there, they are challenging them and getting it done.
And so Russell hits them both. And here's George. He's got 17. Embiid sets the pick for George. It's hauled in by Claxton.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
And this is his third trip to the line tonight. That's good from George.
You cannot give Paul George these extra chances. This guy is deadly from the free throw line throughout his career.
So for the Nets, Trendon Watford's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Williams in for Thomas. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Now, here's Lowry. 5 points in the game. Oubre outside. The 76ers again can't hit it. The Nets with the lead. Oubre with the steal. Pass to George. A rebound by the Nets.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Russell passes to Williams. Back to Russell. Now Watford. Oubre with the steal. Fast break Philadelphia. It's stolen by Johnson. Russell with it. He's got 17. Takes a three. That's good from Johnson on the assist by Russell. Johnson's got 5 points now this quarter.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
The three from George. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
That last three must have bothered George a little bit. He goes to the arc with a purpose and fires off his answer.
Now here's Melton. He's got 8. Melton with a screen on Lowry. Here's Russell. The rebound by Paul George. George has got his 5th rebound in this one. For the tie, pass to Oubre. Outside for George. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. Melton against Lowry. Williams for 3. And it's Lowry with the rebound. Philadelphia has gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Picked his pocket. Over in the corner, Williams. It's tipped. Paul George with the steal. Oubre outside. Embiid kicks to Lowry. Jackson passes to Lowry. The three from George. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. George has got 24.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
We've got 1:13 left in the third quarter. In the corner, it's Melton. Jackson with it. Williams picks him up. Here's Oubre. Finished off the break. And now a 3-point Philadelphia lead.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Now, here is Russell. 17 points in the game. Screened by Watford. And that one's good. Russell's got 12 points in just the second half.
When D'Angelo Russell has that offensive game working, you just want to play through him.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. They've led by as much as 10. And there's the drive. And he banks in the layup.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Russell finds Melton. Russell against Lowry. Back to Melton. Fires the three. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. In the corner, it's Oubre. Jackson looking around. They set the pick. Oubre can't get it to go.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the 76ers. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. And we'll be back with you shortly. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. We've got DeAnthony Melton. Thomas is out there with Williams. Then it's Johnson, and it's Watford in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now here is Lowry. Jackson in the corner. Melton with the steal. Pass to Johnson. Now here's Melton. Oh, good on the 3. Outside Lowry. Drummond with it. Back to Lowry. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's Oubre. He's guarded by Williams. Lets it go from the wing. Oubre can't get it to go. Nets trail by 3. Johnson the pass to Thomas. Johnson sends the screen for Thomas. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 5 rebounds tonight. Down low, Oubre, count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
You're going to have to hit Oubre hard to prevent the bucket, boy. If you don't, he's going to play through it.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And the Nets shooting a pretty low 34% thus far. Melton against Jackson. Now here's Melton. He's guarded closely. 5 to shoot. Outside for Thomas. Over Oubre. Thomas, no good.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
Shoots from the baseline. Again, Philadelphia.
No, that's the lefty stroke of Oubre, right? He can hit from mid-range right on out to deep three-point range.
2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th. Nets trail by 8. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Melton passes to Williams. Pass to Johnson. Over Lowry. A shot by Johnson, no good. The 76ers leading by 8. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. And Drummond kicks to Oubre. Jackson dishes to George. Teardrop shot. The rebound by Watford. Nets have gotten off to a rough start in the 4th quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Oubre.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Wilson, he's checked in for Trendon Watford. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Johnson. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Butler, he's checked in for Kyle Lowry. Nets trail by 8. Russell passes to Wilson. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
See, to me, the more D'Angelo Russell passes the basketball, the better his team is. Encouraging to see him focus on it.
To the paint. And Drummond throws it down.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Melton against Jackson. Outside, Russell. Over in the corner, Williams. Misses the three. And so George will bring it up for the 76ers. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Inside, here's Butler. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Butler's got the lead up to 10 now for the 76ers. Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Melton passes to Thomas. Melton with a screen on Oubre. Thomas with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Jackson passes to Drummond. And Drummond throws it down.
Well, it's just a good idea by Jackson right there to pass it. Reggie's such a solid decision maker.
The Nets have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. They set the pick. Melton kicks to Williams. Right wing. Here's Russell. Misses off the left iron. Philadelphia leading by 10. Out to the right wing. Outside for Jackson. Pass to George. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. George has got 17 now, just in the second half. Russell passes to Thomas. Russell sets a screen for Thomas. And here is Williams. Over George, and that one goes long.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Williams' shot is off. And the 76ers with possession. They're on a 14-4 run right now. Oubre dishes to George. Drummond sets the screen for George. And it's off from three-point range. Nets trail by 13. Here's Melton. Got a hand on it.
Well, you think about this guy as a 3-and-D guy, but Oubre showing why he earned that label. How about that effort on the defensive end?
Now here's Drummond. The three from George. Rebounded by the Nets. Thomas got 4 rebounds in this game. And that's a foul called on Kelly Oubre. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Johnson comes in for Williams. Then for the 76ers, Joel Embiid comes in for Andre Drummond. And it's Quentin Grimes in for Kelly Oubre.
I tell you, proving how dangerous he can be inside. D'Angelo Russell forcing the defense to make a commitment.
No good on that one. Sharps checked in for DeAnthony Melton. And the second free throw, good. Of course, we're in the world now of super agencies, which consolidate player representation. What do you think?
Kev, I think obviously it gives some more power to the players because of the bargaining leverage. But for player movement, does it give more power to the big market teams? We're going to have to watch this unfold.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Pass to Thomas. Over in the corner, Claxton. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Thomas got 6 assists in the game.
Well, we know Cam Thomas can score, but nice facilitating right there. Set up the open man.
The 76ers leading by 11. Here's Embiid. Embiid with the screen on Thomas. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Now, here is Russell. Plays it up and banks it in. Russell's got 22 points.
This guy, an effortless scorer. Outside, inside, in between. Dynamic scorer is D'Angelo Russell.
Philadelphia's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Claxton against Embiid. Back to Butler. It's tipped. Clock at 6. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by the Nets. Right side Russell. Here's Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Oh, the athleticism on display. Nick Claxton makes these throwdowns look easy.
The 76ers leading by 10. Pass to McCain. Back to Butler. Outside, George. Embiid sets the pick for George. To the paint. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. Grimes passes to Embiid. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Better than most centers from the line. Embiid exceptional with his hand.
That free throw missing. And he's good on the second. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. They trail by 11. Johnson outside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And you talk about complementary pieces, Doris. Cam Johnson could fit on any team in the NBA.
And that is because, Kevin, he has got one of the most valuable skills in the game today. That's range shooting. He's got size and a quick release, and he just continues to grow on the defensive end.
First free throw is good.
You know what's interesting to me about Cam Johnson? He comes into the league with a reputation strictly as a sweet shooter. The fact is he's proven to be much more than that.
And both free throws good for Johnson. The 76ers leading by 9. And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, during the last timeout, I listened to Nick Nurse talk to his team. Now, he heaped praise on the defense. He said, the pressure's great. I love it. Keep making them make mistakes, guys. It's working. He thinks they're on the right track here. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, David. Now, here is Russell. Driving the lane. Embiid with the steal. And here we go. It's Butler. And there's the foul. It's on Cameron Johnson. That's his third foul of the game. Here's George. Here's Grimes.
Just outstanding defense from Cameron Johnson. He's got size and athleticism. He alters the shot there.
Looking to end his cold spell. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Thomas.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
The 76ers shooting at 42% in this final quarter. Pass to George. Lets it go with the 3. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 5th assist in this one.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He knows every possession is critical now. Nets trail by 10. Outside Thomas. Johnson in the corner. Fires for 3. And McCain pulls it down.
Simply put, a bad shot, guys. They all know they can get a better look than that.
Butler from outside. Rebound, Brooklyn. Sharp's got his 16th rebound on the night. Thomas kicks to Russell. Oh, good on the triple.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
George passes to Grimes. From outside the arc. George, no good. For the Nets, this one not looking good. Here's Thomas. Here's Russell. Sinks the 15-footer. 24 points for D'Angelo Russell.
And this is what D'Angelo Russell does out here, right? He's a dynamic scorer who doesn't lack for confidence.
And stolen by Russell. 3 on 3. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on George. Gets the first, and that narrows the gap to 7.
Boy, when you talk about rhythm scorer, the first guy or one of the first guys to come to mind is Cam Thomas. Very difficult to slow him down when he gets on a heater.
And great work at the line there to chip away at the lead. A few more productive trips here, and things could really get interesting.
Now here's Embiid. Outside Butler. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Grimes. The 76ers again can't hit it. Brooklyn's gone into a funk from downtown in the 4th. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Here's Thomas. Russell dishes to Johnson. That one's rebounded by Embiid. And so they foul intentionally. And the 76ers with possession. 6-point lead. Butler against Russell. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. Greg, nothing short of some once-in-a-lifetime plays are going to save them now.
Yeah, the door is just about to close on this one. But, hey, never say never.
Well, that's something his coaches would like to see more of from Cam Thomas, making plays for others.
And that's an intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
They've got to be efficient with the clock. Quick score, quick foul.
And an intentional foul right there. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. So he comes up empty at the line. Russell from long range. Doesn't go that time. So Philadelphia wins it. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And we've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. PG, you guys look confident out there, and especially yourself. How were you so effective offensively?
I just kept moving. You know, within our offense, you know, the key is to move. You know, my teammates do a great job of setting screens, getting me open. You know, I just got to, you know, stay within offense.
Well, it was great flow tonight, and it led to a good win, man. Congratulations. Kevin, all yours.
Thank you for that, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Paul George.